Porter's operations, like creating a
advertising
publicly
business from
traded
its diverse so-called
Alphabet Inc.
things driverless cars.
Under the rebranding, Google will keep...
A very pleasant morning I bid to Madam May Sapura binti Muhammad Shanzili and all our fellow friends. My name is HUSNA binti MANSOR and we are from Group 2, which will be presenting about strategic input presentation entitled Alphabet Inc. Reorganizing Google. Our group members consisted of 5 members. So without further ado, I'll pass the presentation to AZZRA to explain the introduction.
For the introduction, we start with the background. Alphabet Incorporated announced the restructuring of Google into a subsidiary of a new holding company, Alphabet, in August 2015. This is to separate Google's core internet-related businesses like search, ads, and YouTube from other ventures. Google moved to restructure itself under a new holding company named Alphabet will help protect its core brand, giving greater independence for its riskier investment. Larry Page, one of the Google's co-founders, became the CEO of Alphabet, while Sundar Pichai, who had been overseeing product and engineering at Google, became the CEO of the newly organized Google. Next, we move to the objective. First objective is to expand into domains outside of the internet search and advertising to become a technology conglomerate. The second one is to clearer focus on specific business areas without being constrained by the overarching structure. This allowed for better management and understanding of the various subsidiaries. For the third one is to allow the greater innovation and experimentation. Each subsidiary under Alphabet could operate with more independence, promoting experimentation and the pursuit of the new ideas. Lastly, this is to provide greater transparency to investors and stakeholders, from those interested in core internet services to those integrated by the Moonshot projects. Third, we move to the vision. The vision of Alphabet Incorporated Reorganizing Google is to provide access to the world's information in one click. This can be seen when we are so easy to search any information using Chrome. Next, we move to the missions. The first missions of this is be an autonomy for business units. Second is to be a provider leadership opportunities. Third is to be a company that tackling large problems. And lastly is to be a company that spread risk across various business. Next, we move to the purpose of case study. The purpose of case study is to obtain how the restructuring Google by Alphabet Inc. leads to a major success of Google on a strategic management view. Lastly, I would like to present about the core value. First is the innovation. It strives to be at the forefront of the technological advances. Second is collaboration. It is recognized cannot achieve its goal alone, so it encourages collaboration. Third is integrity. Integrity is to recognize trust is a crucial factor in its success. Number 4 is impact. Impact is a recognized product have potential to shape society.
Thank you for the previous presenter. Now I would like to proceed with the case study industrial analysis. In a general overview, industrial analysis refers to a comprehensive assessment or analyzation of a specific industry to gain the insight into its structure, the dynamics, and its competitive landscape. This process involves evaluating various factors that impact the industry's performance, such as the market trends, its key players, supply chain dynamics, regulatory influence, and overall economic condition. The goal is to understand the industry's competitive forces towards identifying opportunities for companies' growth within the industry and anticipate potential challenges. Moving forward to the landmark model that usually been applied when discussing the industrial analysis, Michael Porter has introduced his notable contribution, include in the development of 5 forces model in 1979, which analyzed the competitive forces within an industry. Initially, this framework provides a structured way to assess the factors that shape their competitive environment by adjusting the strategy, boost the profitability, and stay ahead against the competition. So according to Porter, there are 5 forces that represent the key sources of competitive pressure within an industry. So the first forces refers to the competitors in the industry or the rivalry. Analyzing this factor take into consideration how many rivals the business would have, who they are and how the quality of their services compares to our business. Next, the competitive position can also be affected by a potential rival's ability to enter the market. If it takes only a small effort for a new entrant and little protection for business key technologies, then they can quickly enter and weaken the business position. However, if we have a strong and durable barriers to entry, then we can preserve a favorable position and take a fair advantage of it. The third factor is the power of customer, which refers to what extent customers are able to put the company under pressure by demanding a better quality. Customers have a lot of powers when they have many other alternatives to buy from. So it means that it should be easier for them to buy from one company to another company. However, their power is lower when the customer purchase in small amount and act independently, and when the seller's product is very different or unique from any other competitors. Thus, analyzing these forces expose what is the measure should be taken by the company to reduce the buyer power and remain competitive. Moving to the supplier power, Porter model address how easily suppliers can drive up the cost of input. It is affected by number of suppliers of key inputs or goods and services, how unique these inputs are, and how much it would cost for a company to switch to another supplier. When there are many suppliers or low switching costs between its rivalry, a company can keep its input cost lower and enhance its profit. Lastly, is the existence of substitution. Companies that produce services for which there are no close substitute product will have more power to increase prices and lock in favorable terms. When close substitutes are available, customers will have the option to forego buying any company's product, and a company's power can be weakened. To apply all of those forces into the current case study, this model has been a good framework in explaining the Google action of restructuring to sustain their competitiveness in the industry. First and foremost, Google reorganization can be seen as a strategic response to the potential threat of new entrant into various technology markets. By creating Alphabet Incorporation as a parent holding company overseeing multiple subsidiaries, it enhanced the analysis of the threat of new entrant by allowing a more granular examination of barriers within the tech industry. Next, to stay competitive, the idea of restructuring provides a strategic advantage in assessing and managing the bargaining power of suppliers and buyers more effectively. By creating a distinct subsidiaries under Alphabet, each with its focus and operation, the company can tailor its supplier relationship and negotiation to a specific needs of each business unit. This approach allows Alphabet Incorporation to optimize supplier agreements, leverage economy of scale, and negotiate favorable terms based on the unique characteristic of different industry. Similarly, the separation enables more targeted understanding of buyer behavior and preferences within each subsidiary, which allowing Alphabet to respond with tailored strategy and new offerings. This flexibility in addressing the bargaining power of suppliers as well as the buyers across diverse business units enhance Alphabet's ability to navigate a complex supply chain dynamics and customers' relationship. The third forces in this model shows that the separation of Google from other ventures within Alphabet has enabled a more focused evaluation of competitive dynamics within the specific industry. To explain this term, by organizing its diverse ventures as a separate subsidiary, Alphabet can allocate attention and resources more precisely to the unique challenges and opportunities that occur within each industry. This focused evaluation allows for a deeper understanding of competitive forces, their market trends, and strategic positioning in context of technology, autonomous vehicle, as well as life science. It facilitates a more targeted response to industry-specific competitive factors. The relevance of reorganization of Google has also been impacted from the threat of substitute services and products. With each venture operating as a distinct subsidiary, Alphabet can strategically address and innovate within specific sector, reducing the susceptibility to substitute brand. For instance, initiatives like Waymo's that focus on autonomous vehicle and Verilis that emphasize on life science provide Alphabet with opportunities to create a unique product and also services, which making it challenging for the substitute brand to replicate their diverse offering across its portfolio. Last but not least, the reorganization of Google into Alphabet facilitate a clearer internal structure by establishing a distinct subsidiary with focused business unit. This approach allows each entity under Alphabet to operate more independently, streamlining the communication and coordinating on across different business. With a more defined organization structure, Alphabet leadership and management could also allocate resources, set priority, and make strategic decisions with a clear understanding of each subsidiary roles and objective. This enhances clarity that promote efficient internal communication, minimize potential conflict, and facilitate synergies between various business units.
In the context of better analysis, environmental factors factors, also known as ecological factors, refer to variables regarding the physical environment such as the climate of Earth. These can include things like consumer health, climate change, the availability of energy, or any direct consequences of these things. Alphabet Inc. has become a powerhouse in the global digital areas due to Alphabet's extensive involvement in a variety of industries, including search engine, online advertising, cloud computing, and artificial intelligence. It is essential to carry out an extensive environment analysis in order to comprehend the company's environmental impact. The significant progress has been achieved by Alphabet in encouraging environmental responsibility and sustainability. The corporation is dedicated to managing its worldwide operation while reducing carbon footprint. Google Alphabet announced in 2020 that it aims to become completely carbon-free. As you can see to the picture that I have attached, the carbon-free goals have been applied to Google Flight platform. Google Flights enable users to identify the flights that have the lowest degree of impact on the environment. This can be seen in the new launch of search result on Google Flights, which will show users what the carbon emission of their prospective trip will be, so that a buyer can consider their environmental footprint in the same way they search for price and durations of the flights. The company went with a color-coded system where green color will signify the most environmentally friendly flights, and with sorting options that allow users to prioritize carbon emission when booking their trips.
The factors that may have an influence on Alphabet Inc.'s long-term profitability in any particular country or market are mostly determined by political issues. With operation as an internet service provider in over a dozen nations, Alphabet Inc. is subject to a variety of hazards related to the political system and environment. Diversifying the systematic risks associated with the political environment is necessary to achieve success in the rapidly evolving internet information provider market across national borders. Alphabet Inc. might carefully consider a few things before entering or making an investment in a certain market. First of all is political stability and importance of internet information provider sector in the country's economy. These elements have a big role in maintaining political stability. Alphabet Inc. evaluates political stability in order to determine the level of risk connected with its investment. Long-term company operations and profitability are often more favorable under stable political context. Moreover, an audience that is robust in the IIP industry is probably used to utilizing digital offerings. Alphabet Inc. must comprehend local customer behavior and preferences in order to customize its offerings to the target market's unique requirement. Alphabet Inc. gain insight into the competitive environment by analyzing the current participants in the IIP industry. For the purpose of creating competitive and market entry strategies, it is essential to comprehend rivals and market dynamics. Through a comprehensive assessment of the political stability and economic importance of the IIP sector, Alphabet Inc. is able to make informed decisions about entering new markets or making investment. This study is an essential component of the business larger risk assessment and market research procedures, helping to shape an effective market entrance plan. Second factor is analyzing antitrust laws related to the Internet Information Providers IIP is a critical step for Alphabet Inc. or any other multinational company considering entry or investment in a new market. The goals of antitrust legislations are to stop monopolistic behavior and encourage fair competition. It is vital to comprehend the antitrust laws governing a particular market in order to guarantee that Alphabet Inc. company action adhere to applicable local legislations. Infractions may result in penalties, legal consequences, and reputational harm to the business. Knowing how antitrust laws influence the competitive environment facilitates Alphabet Inc.'s ability to recognize possible rivals and evaluate the degree of competitions within the market. It also aids in determining if the market has dominating players or promotes fair competition. In addition, Alphabet Inc. may anticipate the organization's growth trajectory by utilizing economic factors specific to the nations, such as inflation and growth rate, as well as sector-specific indicators like consumer spending and the industry growth rate of the Internet information providers. Through analysis of the market potential indicator, a nation's faster economic growth rate indicates a larger market with more potentials for Alphabet Inc. This may have an impact on the decisions to increase operations and allocate resources. Furthermore, by being aware of inflation rate, Alphabet Inc. is more capable to predict changes in price and modify its pricing policies accordingly. Inflation may have an influence on the cost of goods and services as well as how consumers behave. Grant 2023 reports that the primary impact on Google's digital advertising has resulted in a 34% decline in earnings profit. In an attempt to lessen the negative effect of the income loss, this led the corporations to decide to fire the employees and take additional actions. Besides that, forecasted trends and economic stability are key factors in decision making. Decision making is dependent on the economic stability and forecasted patterns, according to Alphabet Inc. 2020. These factors give information about the external world and influence the strategic decisions made by the business. Alphabet Inc. may better adapt its plan to shifting the dynamics of the markets by anticipating economic trends. For example, Google can modify its advertising services in response to a predicted rise in online advertising spending. The general state of the economy has an impact on corporate operations, investment choices, and consumer confidence. Environments with stable economies may see a more consistent demand for Alphabet Inc. services. Furthermore, the project return and ventures economic feasibility serve as a guide for investment selections in a variety of projects.
So I'll continue with the comparative analysis of the external and internal factors evaluations. What is comparative analysis? It is a way to look into similar things to see how they are different and what they have in common. So ways to evaluate this is by evaluating the EFE and IFE, which is the external and internal evaluation metrics. So EFE is the strategic analysis tools used to evaluate firms' external environments and to reveal the strength as well as weakness of the company. So IFE, on the other hand, is a strategic management tools for auditing, evaluating major strengths and weakness in functional areas of the business. So let's move to the evaluation of EFE. So basically, EFE is to determine how well the strategies of the company are made based on the key factors. So the key factors here, as you can see, is the opportunities and threats. And it should be assigned as a weight ranging of 0.0, which is low importance, and 1.0, the highest number, which is more importance. So the number indicates how important the factor is if a company wants to succeed in an industry. So refer to how effectively companies' current strategy responds to the opportunities and threats. So the number range from 4 to 1, where the rating means 4 means superior response and 3 and 1 for the poorest response. So weighted score is a result of weight multiplied by ratings. So the company maximum score, which is may reach 4 and the lowest may reach 1. So in external evaluations, a low total score indicates that company strategies are not well designed to meet the opportunities and defend against threats. So in this case on the table, the company, as you can see, paid the most attention to the new technology and artificial intelligence and boost growth in the opportunities, and the threats on lack of interest from investors and high demand on investors. However, the total score of these external factors are below the average, which is 2.5. They only have 2.39. That indicates the company's strategies are not well designed to meet the opportunities and define against threat. So for the internal factors evaluations, the key factors is based on strength and weakness. It is used to evaluate firms' internal environment and to reveal strengths as well as its weaknesses. So the way to analyze this table is the same as the external factors, where the highest weight determined is highly important, and the higher rating indicates that how well the company responds towards the key factors. So unlike the external factors, the total of internal evaluation score indicates whether the company is weak or strong against its competitors. So in this case, which we can see on the table, the total of IFE is 2.9, which is above the average, which is 2.5. This means that the Alphabet incorporations are quite strong against the competitor. Move on to competitor analysis. It is a process of identifying competitors in your industry and researching their different marketing strategies. So the Alphabet incorporations, which is Google, competitors now is Yahoo incorporation, and Microsoft corporation links. So this competitors analysis helps in identify the new information to understand the market and set some benchmark towards the growth of the company. So in order to compete with the other competitors company, so Alphabet Incorporation managed to venture on the innovation and investment in renewable energy and more. So this table in the competitive profile matrix, it is a tool to compete and compare the strength and weakness to the industry competitors. So for this metric, you will use 4 elements, which is critical success factors, weight, rating, and score. So based on this table, the total score of CPM in Alphabet Incorporations is the highest amongst 8 competitors, which is Yahoo Incorporations and Microsoft Bing, which is 3.36, following Microsoft on 3.18 and Yahoo for 3.13. Alphabet Corporations have an advantage on customer loyalty, product services, and good advertising. However, Alphabet should take a close look into the price competitiveness and brand recognitions for a better result.
Alphabet Inc.'s strength is that they have a strong brand image. They act as a reputable tech company that has a long history of excellence and innovation. Since Google is a well-known brand, it allows them to easily promote new products and services on a worldwide scale. By having a strong brand of the organization, it can create customer loyalty. Next is they have the financial stability. Google Alphabet Inc. is a financially strong firm with a strong income and revenue. For instance, Google advertising approach ensure a consistent cash flow for the firm. Hence, with a high net worth, Google Alphabet Inc. is a dependable potential investment. It is crucial to have strong financial stability in order to reduce the financial risk faced by the organization. Furthermore, the diversified business units have become Google Alphabet Inc.'s strength. This is because it enables Google Alphabet Inc. to serve a variety of markets. Google controls the search engine industry while delivering a wide variety of products through subsidiaries, for instance, Waymo, Nest, and Google Cloud. This market monopolization will let the organization win in the market competition. Lastly, is the strength of having a strong employee value proposition, whereby Google Alphabet Inc. offers excellent working conditions along with benefits. For instance, health insurance, complimentary meals, and funding for professional growth attract skilled workers. By having more expertise in the industries, it allows the organization to operate effectively. Moving on to the weaknesses of Alphabet Inc., the first weakness is dependence on advertising revenue. Google's revenue stream, predominantly fueled by advertising, can experience significant contraction. This vulnerability was evident during the global economic downturns, such as the financial crisis, highlighting the inherent risk associated with an advertising-dependent business model. Next is employee turnover. The company's biggest strength also happened to be its biggest weakness. This occurs because of the IT industries having a high rate of staff turnover due to intense competition for talent, which can cause significant cost and disruption to the organization. For instance, as a new individuals join teams, existing teams' dynamic may be disrupted, potentially leading to a decline in collaboration and cohesion. Moreover, weakness from privacy concern. Alphabet Inc. encounters several legal and regulatory issues regarding violation of privacy and data breach, which may have threatened the company's financial stability and reputation. The regulatory landscape surrounding data privacy is evolving rapidly, with governments around the world implementing more complex measures to protect user information. Lastly is the mismanagement of projects. Alphabet Inc. has come to under pressure for failing to meet goals and giving up in initiative because of poor management and a lack of strategic focus. This occurs because the company's diverse portfolio of projects require careful planning and allocation of human, financial, and technological resources. Ineffective project management can result in the misallocation of resources, leading to delays, budget overruns, and a strain on overall operational efficiency. Next is the opportunities of Alphabet Inc. The first opportunity is cloud computing. Alphabet cloud computing subsidiaries such as Google Cloud is expanding quickly and has already become a significant threat to Microsoft Azure and Amazon Web Services. Google Cloud has an excellent opportunity to take a major share of the market given the increasing number of businesses migrating the IT infrastructure to the cloud. This occurs because of the market monopolization of Alphabet Inc. in the IT sector. Next opportunity is in terms of artificial intelligence, AI. Alphabet has distinguished itself as an expert in the field of AI by being at the forefront of its development. By having expertise in the organization, it enables them to explore the market trends to keep the organization updated. Furthermore, its opportunity in international expansion. Alphabet may increase its influence in countries with tremendous development potential like China and India. This international expansion will allow Alphabet Inc. to lead the market competition. Lastly is the opportunity in diversification of revenue. The corporation has been working to diversify its revenue stream. This includes expansion in hardware, Google Cloud, and other businesses like Waymo, which develop autopilot technology. By exploring alternative income stream, Google can create a more resilient business model. Moving on to the last component of SWOT, which is the threat faced by Alphabet Inc. The first threat is intense competition. In a very competitive technological sector, Alphabet must contend with strong competitors such as Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, and Facebook. Alphabet's product may become outdated if these businesses create new goods, services, or technological advancements. This is the consequence of the technology sector that evolves rapidly. Next is data privacy. Customer data is becoming a significant asset for business due to the growing usage of internet. Alphabet's data gathering and use practices could attract regulatory attention and raise privacy issues. Any misuse of user data could have serious consequences. This is because users become increasingly aware of the data collection and utilization practices employed by technology companies. Hence, any perceived mishandling of personal data can result in a loss of trust. Moreover, other threats is regulatory risk. The company's operation, performance, or reputation could be impacted by changes or restriction in this law or regulation. This corporation may also be a target of antitrust investigation, which could result in significant penalties or restriction on its commercial practices. Strict regulation governing online advertising practices, such as limitation on data collection for targeted ads or restriction on certain type of advertisement, can impact the effectiveness of Google advertising platform. Last but not least is disruptive technologies. New disruptive technologies have the potential to affect Alphabet current operation because the technology sector is always changing. Alphabet cloud computing and advertising network, for instance, may become outdated due to the emergence of blockchain technology.